Your Excellencies, distinguished guests from the Prem Rawat Foundation, the National Council of Women, and dear colleagues from UNDP, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the United Nations. This is a very special gathering in honor of the support provided by the Prem Rawat Foundation to the United Nations Development Programme's Community Water Initiative in Ghana and the National Council of Women of the United States Water Well Project in Ghana. This is an important occasion for several reasons. For those of us working with the United Nations family, the issue of public-private partnerships is very much on our agenda. The support from the Prem Rawat Foundation to both my program and to our colleagues from the National Council of Women is the kind of partnering that demonstrates the power of working together and just how much we can accomplish when we are aligned behind an inspiring vision of how the world can be a better place. Thanks to the generous support of the Prem Rawat Foundation, I am pleased to announce that United Nations Development Programme's Community Water Initiative will bring water and sanitation services to thousands of poor children and families in Ghana. I wish to express my sincere gratitude to the Prem Rawat Foundation for your kind and generous support. Thank you very much. And now it is my pleasure to introduce Prem Rawat. A few words. Prem Rawat has been traveling for 40 years, inspiring people around the world to find peace within. He returned just a few days ago from a 6-week tour in India where more than 1.7 million people came to hear him speak. He is known to many by the honorary title Maharaji. Born in India, he was only 3 years old when he would speak at events held by his father, a reputed teacher. He was only 4 years old when his first address was published. Throughout his childhood, he would attend school during the week and speak during weekends at these events held by his father. At the age of 8, he accepted the responsibility to bring a message of hope and peace to people around the world. He rapidly started attracting large audiences, and he was invited to come to speak in London and Los Angeles. Soon invitations to speak became pouring from nearly every continent. People who listen to him say that his message is more than words, and express finding through his words profound inspiration and fresh insights on life. During the past 40 years, he has addressed audiences in over 50 countries and 250 cities worldwide. From the Sydney Opera House to London's Royal Albert Hall, from New York's Lincoln Center to the United Nations Conference Center in Bangkok, and to small villages in India and Africa. His message of peace is appreciated by people from all walks of life. He was recently invited by the United Nations Association of Malaysia to address a distinguished audience of government, political, and civic leaders in Kuala Lumpur. United Nations Secretary General Kofi Annan sent his best wishes for this event called Peace is Possible. It is befitting that today he would be speaking in this magnificent hall in New York at the headquarters of the United Nations to honor the support provided by his foundation to our Community Water Initiative and the National Council of Women's Wells Project in Ghana. The Prem Rawat Foundation spearheads and supports significant humanitarian initiatives that help provide people with such basic necessities as nutritious food, clean water, and eye care. In northern India, volunteer ophthalmologists and optometrists regularly provide thousands of free medical vision consultations. Last year alone, the support provided by his foundation has allowed distribution of many millions of free meals to people in need in several countries. In recognition of his work for peace, he has been awarded the keys to many cities and has received commendation from numerous government officials and civic leaders. Would you please now join me in welcoming Prem Rawat.
Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, it is a privilege to talk to you about something that is maybe a little bit different, but very familiar. And what I'm talking about here is peace. Perspectives are sometimes necessary to be synchronized. Let me begin by telling you a little story. After a long, hard day, the sergeant and lieutenant finally came back, lay down, and were getting ready to go to sleep when the sergeant looked up and said, "Lieutenant, what do you see?" Lieutenant looked up and said, "I see the heavens. I see stars that no longer exist, but the light is still traveling. I see the magnificent drama of nature unfolding itself in these beautiful, beautiful lit skies. Sergeant, what do you see?" And the sergeant said, "Sir, I see that somebody stole our tent." So, it really becomes a question of what it is. For me, and this is a personal quest, that there is an importance of peace. A peace not of consequences, but a personal peace, an individual peace for every single human being on the face of this earth. People want to stop wars. People want to stop conflicts. But nobody addresses the individual, from where the peace has to begin before one can even imagine or dream of stopping the wars and the conflicts that exist in this world. Who are we? What are we? We live on this planet Earth. It's unique. We have an incredible place in the neighborhood. We have luxuries. We really do. And we have an opportunity to do something so unique on the face of this earth that it cannot even be imagined. We, all of us, on the face of this earth, I mean, what have we got? The most incredible planet around. That's what we've got. This is what we have got. This is what we have been given. And yet, it is so sad to see that people don't have clean water. When in this world, that's what rains down. Nature, in its infinite wisdom, says that is what you need. You need clean water. You need food. You need the sun. You need the earth. You need air to breathe. These are the things you, I, everyone need. And these are easy to see and obvious. But placed in the heart of every human being is also a want, a wish. A wish to be content. A wish to be in peace. After the food. Food is important, but so is peace. Water is important, but so is peace. Clean air is important, but so is peace. And all the things that we need to strive for, those basic necessities are important, but so is peace. Because without that peace, you can see it again and again and again. Whatever structures are built, they crumble. The fighting decimates. It's a disease. These conflicts, they're a disease. Just like any disease, anybody who is involved with them, it kills. It kills. And you're never the same afterwards. And the only solution does not come from words, does not come from ideas, does not come from debate, but the solution comes from within the heart of every single human being. This is our humanity. This is who we are. One of the examples that I recently gave in Barcelona was like an alligator, like a fierce crocodile that on one hand has this jaw that can tear an elephant apart. The same jaw, the same teeth are used gingerly to pick up its babies and transport them to safety. The same minds that can put man on moon, the same minds that can put man on moon, can those same minds not change the condition of those poor people in this world who so desperately need those simple things in their lives? Not luxuries. Just recently, we have a Food for People project in Ranchi, India. Bantoli, India, actually. A little village on the outskirts, tribal land, poorest kids you can possibly imagine. And Prem Rawat Foundation just opened up a Food for People program there so that they can be given hot meals. I could see in their eyes a thankfulness that is unique. They didn't do anything to deserve this. They didn't run a marathon. They didn't have a diploma. But somebody came in their neighborhood and gave them an opportunity to have some food that they obviously thought was tasty, because the first day they were back in line with empty plates. More. When you understand what this humanity is about, when you understand that there is a cry from within every single person that has been there since time immemorial, wanting to reach, wanting to say, let there be peace. Personal peace. Individual peace. Peace for every human being felt. And what kind of peace am I talking about? I am talking about the peace that can be felt on a battlefield. I am talking about a peace that can be felt in a prison. That's the peace I'm talking about. You see, there is one formula that people have of what they define it as peace. In their formula, it is the end of wars. Every neighbor is neighborly. No road rages. Everybody gets along with everybody. This is peace. Well, guess what, guys? As spoken was by a very wise customs officer. When I was on my way back from Canada to America one time, the customs officer asked me, where are you coming from? Canada. What were you doing there? I was talking about peace. They said, forget it. There cannot be peace. So far, people keep doing what they're doing. There can be no peace. And I was very quiet. Because you do not argue with a customs officer. And I thought about it, and I thought about it, and I thought about it. Is it just a dream? Personal peace is just a dream? A concept? An idea? Or is it a reality? Can it happen? I'm just going to ask the question. I'm not going to give the answer. Why? Listen to this then. The answer is within you. Ask yourself that question. Is there something more to you than the sum of all that you see? Is there something more to you than the sum of everything you project? You are here. And that means something. You are here. And of all the accomplishments that you can accomplish, there is one more. And that one more has something to do with you. Not about this world. Generations will, down the road, they will look at us. And they will scrutinize us. Of course, like we do. My goodness, the documentaries they're going to make. And they're going to look at us, and they're going to look at our wars, and they're going to look at our failures, and they're going to look at our success. And they're going to say, oh, they were so excited when they got to the moon. So sweet. And then, will they say, and one most important thing that they pursued in their lives was peace. The face of peace has not changed. It has nothing to do with technology. It was talked about by the Greeks. It was talked about by the Romans. It was talked about by the Indians. The idea of people being in a state where they feel real joy. Real joy is different. There is a forced smile and there is a natural smile. There is a difference, and you know the difference. The expression of frustration is distinctly different than the expression of joy. What do you want? The expression of peace is distinctly different than the expression of anger, of conflict. Self-conflict is a war that rages, and when it is brought to that end, something beautiful can begin to happen. And to bring it to an end, only one thing can, and that one thing happens to be the individual peace. Felt and understood. This is such a noble effort being made. Small, but nobleness is not measured in large and small. That is not a valid measurement of nobleness. An effort being made to reach to people, to bring them something. A benefit, so that they're in their lives, they can have something which is considered a very basic need. It is wonderful. It is incredible. More of that effort needs to be made in so many fields. And one more. And that field is the field of peace. Peace. Personal peace. The time has come. The time is here to do it. It is incumbent upon our generation and generations to follow, to pick up this banner and to bring peace to this world. This is a subject that is very, very close to me. 3 years, you stand in front of people and you speak. What can you say? Be happy. Be content. Be in joy. I'm so fortunate that even today, 40 years after, I'm still saying that since I have been doing this. That be happy. Be in joy. This is your life. Your life. Your responsibility. Your understanding. So, it is wonderful to be able to come and speak to you today about this subject, a subject very close to me, close to my heart. And thank you very much for the opportunity of being here today. And I want to thank everyone once again. Thank you. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you, Prem Rawat, for your inspiring words. I think I speak for all of us here today when I say that you have given us much to take home with us, much to consider as we go about the business of helping other people, and most of all, I guess, as we go about the business of helping ourselves in our daily lives. Thank you. The final surprise we have for you this afternoon is the presentation of a prestigious award by the National Council of Women of the United States. Mary Singletary, may I invite you back to the stage.
We are honored this evening because of your work and global experiences and your profound humanitarian action. In addition to sharing your inspirational message of hope with everyone who cares to listen. As president of the National Council of Women, I am proud to present this distinguished humanitarian award to Prem Rawat. And it reads, Distinguished International Humanitarian Award to Prem Rawat, Maharaja, in recognition of outstanding leadership, profound commitment, and exceptional contribution to the quality of life for women, children, and families, and for the inspirational global influence of your message. Peace comes when we begin to look within. We thank you for your humanitarian efforts and your financial support of the Water Well Initiative in Ghana, West Africa. Mary E. Singletary, President, National Council of Women of the United States, United Nations, New York, April 21st, 2006.
This brings us to the conclusion of our time together this afternoon. It has been a very inspiring and rewarding day for me personally. And I know I speak on behalf of my colleagues at UNDP's Community Water Initiative, Global Environment Facilities Small Grants Program, and the National Council of Women of the United States when I say how pleased we are with support of the Prem Rawat Foundation. Thank you all, each and every one of you, for joining us at the United Nations to celebrate water for humanity and peace. I will close today's program with the wish and the hope that you may continue to give so that you may continue to receive in abundance. Thank you.